Okay, what's going on, lads? We're coming back with another video. I so far I've really only uploaded story times, which I hope and know that it will change eventually. It's just these are the most fun videos for me to make because I get to sit back and think about all the cool fun shit that has gone on over time. You know what I mean? So it's a fun playlist, and it's just a fun thing for me to do. And that's really what I'm focused on, is just having fun with this video, with the YouTube shit, and getting used to Sony Vegas. It's pretty easy, but it's hard to put the work in to get good at it. Like if you look, I made a video. I wanted it to be a short. It wasn't a short, and I posted it on fucking TikTok, and it literally it it got fucked up. Anyway, we're coming back with another story time. This one, I think, so far, this is gonna be my favorite one. All right. Now, if you're easily offended, click off the video. If you're a little wank, click off the video. This video is not for you. The reason why I state that is you could already tell from the title of the video is basically I made somebody come out of the closet. Okay, come out of the closet slash admit that they want to be a tranny. You know, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but fuck it, we're gonna go with it. They kind of know what they signed up for by letting me have a YouTube channel anyway. So basically, who this person was is my family split up, right? My mom and dad aren't together, so they both got remarried. This is my dad's wife's son that she had, and yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So the kid, I'm not gonna say his name at a I don't want anything, I don't want to draw too much attention to it. I kind of want the comedic value of the story to to carry it rather than have to get personal. There's no need for it to get personal. So basically, we're gonna start from the beginning. So I met him when I was like 13. I think is when they got together. Yeah, I was in like seventh grade, so I was like 13. And you know, me and this kid, we didn't have anything really in common, but I'll be nice to him. I was never mean to him or rude to him or anything like that because it's my dad's wife's kid or girlfriend at the time's kid. I don't want anything. I don't want any problems. I have no reason to be rude or mean to this kid. He didn't do nothing to me, and I'm not gonna bother with him. But the kid is annoying. He's not. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He actually doesn't really have any friends, and he's definitely weird. He could be annoying at times, but nothing to where I want to be mean to him or rude to him. You know what I mean? It's not like he's super out of line, disrespectful. But he is annoying, and like, I feel like I don't know if he knew that, but like everyone else did. You know what I mean? Like you see him coming around, you're like, oh geez, here he comes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of him, and it's been like that like his entire life. I don't know. He had a hard time making friends, but not a mean kid, not rude, but definitely just a weird kid who didn't have a lot of friends, and you know, he was kind of an oddball, but not mean, but definitely weird and can be annoying. So at that time when my mom, not my mom, excuse me, when my dad and his mom got together, we were kids. I was 13 years old, and I was in seventh grade, and he's a year older than me. So we're pretty similar in age. We're only a few months apart. And basically, he was weird. I'm not by any means am I a fucking, was I a popular fucking cool kid back in the day. But I had friends, you know what I mean? Like I had shit that I was interested in, and I had homies that I gamed with. I had people I hung out with. I wasn't, you know, if you go back in the other video when I was in just eighth grade, like I said, I didn't have like a solid 100% group of friends. I kind of hung out with certain people from certain groups. That's kind of how I was, and I was just kind of chill to myself. But I definitely wasn't nearly as annoying as him, and I definitely wasn't as weird as him. Um, so yeah, but so we I met him when I was 13. That's when they had gotten together, and time went on. You know, my they eventually they got married. My dad and his wife, my dad and his mom, they got married, and that wasn't that long. They got married pretty quick. They didn't really waste any time. But as time went on, we never really got close. Like we never became super friendly or hung out really, just because we didn't have anything in common. And that's kind of and that's kind of how I am. I'm not a guy who I'm not gonna force something just because, or even really try if I know that it's just not gonna work. Like if me and this kid are not, you know, we don't have anything in common, we're not gonna get along. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong. Not to get along. We're just not gonna be like best of friends. There's nothing wrong with that. The mom knew that. My dad knew that. He kind of wanted me to try it because it's like new wife or whatever and whatnot. But time went on. My dad eventually had a kid with her. Dad actually had two kids, but you know, leading up to that, me and him, we were never that close. We never hated each other, but we were never that close. And as time went on, like I said, we were never that close, and he wasn't really around. Like he stayed a little bit, I guess, during like maybe before COVID, but since then he hasn't really been around much. I haven't seen him. And altogether, I had really, literally nothing to do with him because he wasn't around. We never like chopped it up or hung out really. But, you know, yeah. So basically, I guess you could say I had a stepbrother. Excuse me. But he wasn't around. And at this point, I am probably like 16, 17 years old. So from 13 to like we never really kicked it like that. And eventually he just really wasn't coming around much at all. So, you know, time went on. We never really got close, and then he eventually stopped coming around overall. And I can't tell you the last time I've seen him. It's been years since I've seen him, you know. So, because he has a whole nother life with with his family, with his dad. So, that happens. I'm like 17 or 18 now. Like I said, we never got cool. We never got close. We never became super friendly. And he's, whatever. He's doing what he's doing, living his life. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't really know what's going on with me. And yeah, but he's not around, and we're not seeing each other pretty much at all. Nothing bad happened. It's just like I said, not we're not we're not homies. We're not buddies. So yeah. Now, mind you, like I said, I'm not hanging out with him, but he's still the same person. Like he's still like that, like kind of neurodivergent weirdo in a way, and not making a lot of friends, and kind of strange. So, when you're like that, you kind of never really change. I mean, you can make friends, but you're always gonna be like that weird kid. You know what I mean? Like that was the last thing that I kind of got him. And he never really, he always kind of did things for attention. He never, I don't know how to explain it, but like, how you just got those weird kids? He was just one of those weird kids, and we never really I didn't really get to know him too well, but I did have his phone number, right? And when you have your phone number and you connect it to certain social medias, it comes up. And you know they connect, and they'll come up through your contacts, and it'll say who they are in your phone name, and their other social media will come up, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So, at this time, I first found out when I was like 18, maybe 17 or 18 years old, right? is when I found his TikTok. And the way how I found his TikTok was I had his phone number, like I said, and it came up like a mutual. And I recognized the name. I was like, oh, I click on it, bro, and it's him in like a transgender fucking knee highs, you know, booty shorts on, with his face covered. But you could clearly tell that it's fucking him. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, that can't be fucking right. And then as soon as I saw it, I'm like, it is him. And then for some reason, like after I looked at it for like 15 seconds, I was like, why am I gonna act like I'm surprised? I mean, this kid's a fucking weirdo. And I looked at it, bro. He's got like 30,000 followers on there, you know. And I could. It's very obvious what he was doing. Like he was doing this shit for attention because he never had friends and he never got any attention really. So, and he was always that kid. He was always trying to be everyone's friend. So, once you saw that, it kind of started to make sense. So this is like I'm like 17, right, or 18 years old, and I never said anything to anybody. I kind of just looked at it and I was like, I kind of ignored it. Like I didn't want to expose it right away because things like that, you never know how someone will take it, right? And like I said, I haven't seen the kid in a minute. I don't really know him very well. So, yeah. So, that was like I said, I was about 17 or 18 when I found that. And then now we're going to fast forward. Still not hanging out, talking to him or seeing him at all. But you fast forward a little bit of time. Now I'm 19, I'm working with my dad. And um I forgot about it, and I ended up coming across it again. And it was still up, and he had posted even more, and he had even more followers. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, and it was crazy. Like, it was the same shit, and I got shocked again after seeing it. Like, I knew about it, but I was shocked after seeing it. So I ended up showing my dad. Now, my dad, when it comes to that shit, bro, he don't fuck around. Like, he thinks it's weird and crazy, and kind of so do I. You know what I mean? But he could not fucking fathom it, right? And like, I showed him, and then basically everyone knew right off rip from that. And once he was confronted about it, I kind of already knew it was for attention, but he never wanted to admit that. He was like, "Oh, it's a long story," and I ended up making him come out of the fucking closet. And then now he wants to get like surgery done and shit, and he wants to like cut his fucking dick off and change his name and be a female. And yeah, I mean that was pretty much. I wanted to come on because it's fucking crazy, bro. Like I don't know if anyone's ever experienced anything like that, but it's insane. It is insane. And I haven't talked to him. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been around. And yeah, he wants to fucking be a transgender, which I think is fucking. It's just kind of weird how I'm the one who found it and exposed it. You know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like I'm like a fucking Sherlock Holmes. You know what I mean? In a way. Like I'm the one that found it. And I'm the one that exposed it. And it's kind of cool. Like people, I think it's kind of cool that I found it and I brought it to light in a way. And like maybe I'm doing God's work for him because now more people know. And maybe he'll come to his senses and he won't want to do that. Cause like there's no way you could do that and think it's like normal. You know what I mean? Like I don't know who's gonna be watching this, but it's like there's no way you want to cut your dick off. You know what I mean? I hope you guys understand, but it's fucking crazy, bro. It's absolutely insane. And yeah, I exposed him. I made him come out of the closet. But he was posting it willingly, like anyone could see it. It's just I'm the one who found it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I like went through his phone or stole his fucking like this is a public TikTok with 30,000 followers on it. Like it's well known. He just like had his name hidden, but he paired it with his phone number. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get caught eventually. And he had the same name on like multiple social medias. So it's like it's your screen name online, it's your name, it's your phone number, and it's fucking you in the videos. But I guess like none of us, like I'm the one who showed it to the parents. So I guess I could be a piece of shit for that. But I don't really fucking care, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I wanted to come on here, give it another funny little story time. I hope you guys had a giggle for me finding out that my dad's wife's son is a tranny, and I'm the one who fucking brought it to light. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, my dad like freaked the fuck out. He couldn't believe it. I mean, I wasn't really that crazy. His mom was like devastated. Obviously, I feel kind of bad for her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not like the devil in me wants to leave a link to his TikTok, but I'm not going to. I feel like, fuck it. Maybe I will. I don't know. If I decided to leave a link in the description to his TikTok so y'all could laugh at it, then go ahead. But yeah, I don't want to send no hate though, so I'm probably not gonna do it. But if you know me, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all take it easy. Take care. Actually, I'm going to, because he changed his name on fucking Facebook. Yeah, fuck that. I'll leave it a link, bro. I'm leaving a fucking link. Alright, y'all have a good one. Take care. God bless. And yeah, take it easy.